the ordinance or the numerous resolution mechanisms that have been put forward are clearly a tool that are going to aid eventually for the banks to resolve the assets. But the key challenge right now is the fact that banks don't have sufficient reserves or provisioning coverage to really take those hits that are required. So at the moment, it's a waiting game, and clearly the banks are building their provisioning coverage ratio. In fact, the coverage ratio has improved over the last year or so.
Right.
So if time is available, the banks can build up the provisioning coverage by themselves, and then some of these tools can clearly be helpful in resolving those assets. But at the moment, we don't see these tools being very effective, although having them in place is positive.
Sure. Karthik, what about you? How do you see the RBI's moves?
I see it as, one of the reasons why this has come is, as you said, banks have been having these kinds of forums in the past, but resolutions have not happened because various lenders have not come to a common conclusion on how to save the account or how to restructure the account. Now with this power given to RBI, one would possibly assume that RBI steps in and possibly directs the banks to come to a conclusion on resolving a particular account. And
would that be additional regulatory interference then?
You could say that, which you would not want, but possibly that's what would or what could happen. I mean, you would have the RBI say that you need to, as a consortium, take this particular step. Then it's up to the individual banks to sort of work out, and should they require capital because on that particular account their provision cover is lower,
Sure.
they'll have to make good.